Welcome to the Unapologetic Pinner. I'm your host, Dana, here to help wedding professionals and creative business owners like you elevate your organic marketing strategy with Pinterest. Each week, we'll dive into practical tips and fresh insights to keep your pins engaging and your business growing. So grab your coffee, tea, or any other beverage of choice, and let's get started. Hey friends, welcome to the Unapologetic Pinner. I'm Dana, your host, and today I'm diving into a topic that even for me sometimes can feel a bit daunting if design really isn't your thing. If you're new here, then I want to let you know that when I was in the wedding business, I was a logistic maven. I love creating timelines and mastering the movement, all of the pieces and vendors that came with coordinating a mega wedding event. However, design was never my thing. I could take the beautiful Pinterest pictures and source the vendors, but I couldn't create it myself. So whether you're like me and struggling with the styling aspect, or you're loving design but hitting a creative block, I've got you covered. I'll be sharing some of my best tips and insights on how to craft visually stunning pin designs that really resonate with your audience. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's get into it. First things first, we need to understand what makes a pin click-worthy. A click-worthy pin is more than just a pretty picture, and I know that's hard for us wedding pros to believe, but it needs to do more than just grab attention. It needs to entice users to click through. So it's all about standing out in a crowded feed and making a compelling offer. Key elements for that is, yes, eye-catching visuals, but also compelling text and a clear message. Let's take a few minutes to break that down. First, you want to start with styling your pin. If you're like me, again, this might be the most challenging part of the whole process, but I have worked over the years to make it as simple as possible. First, you want to use high-quality images, whether that is pictures taken from your smartphone or you're using the high quality images that you receive from your photographer during a styled editorial or your favorite weddings that you've done this season. Quality matters here. Blurry or pixelated images can turn potential clicks away. So invest in a good camera, a good smartphone, partner with a photographer or videographer to get those right visuals. Consistency is also key. So stick to a color palette and style that represents your brand. This will help build recognition and trust. When your pins have that cohesive look, they become instantly recognizable. With the layout of a pin, you want to create a balanced layout by using the rule of thirds. Position your main elements off-center to create a more engaging composition. This technique makes your pins look more dynamic and appealing. And again, keep it simple. Too much clutter can overwhelm your audience, so focus on one main message or one call to action. A clean, clear design is often more effective. When it comes to text, choose legible fonts and ensure the text contrasts well with the background. This may be the part that I spend the most on when I'm creating graphics for clients, because you want the text to be easy to read at a glance. Avoid fancy fonts that might look cool but are hard to decipher. Be concise with your messaging. The text should be short and to the point. Think catchy headlines and clear call to actions. You want to grab attention quickly and convey your message effectively to encourage not just opening the pin, but clicking through and increasing those outbound clicks. So let's move on to photography tips. Good photos can make or break your pins. First, natural light is always going to be your best friend. Aim to shoot in well-lit areas or use diffused lighting to avoid harsh shadows. Good lighting can make your images look professional and appealing. Experiment with different angles to find the most flattering views. Sometimes a slight change in angle can make a big difference. So don't be afraid to try out various perspectives until you find what works best. Editing is also important. I recommend using editing tools to enhance your images, but make sure to not overdo it. Again, we want them to look natural, so adjust your brightness, contrast, and sharpness to make your photos pop, but not over the top. Consider using templates or presets to maintain a consistent look across all of your pins, and this can help in creating that cohesive brand image we talked about earlier. If you're struggling with templates or creating the graphics, I do have a monthly Pinterest graphic subscription where you get 30 templates geared towards what's trending in the upcoming quarter. With that, let's go over some common mistakes that you can avoid. Pitfalls can undermine your efforts, get you to be overwhelmed, so it's good to be aware of them ahead of time. One big mistake is overloading your pin with too much information. Again, keep it simple. Avoid cramming too much text or too many images into one pin. It can be overwhelming and reduce its effectiveness. If you have a lot of content or things that you want to add onto it, test out breaking it into multiple pins. So now you have 2 to 3 highly optimized pins and you're getting the same message across, but now you have more content. Another mistake is ignoring your audience's preferences. Hopefully by now you have done some sort of client avatar where you know your ideal client's wants, their pain points, their struggles. That way you can tailor your pin designs to what resonates with them, conduct some A/B testing on what you think would work best, and then adjust accordingly. This is super important if you're going the DIY route and making sure you're getting the most intentional pins possible. So let's recap what we've covered today. For a pin to be truly click-worthy, focus on high-quality visuals, a balanced layout, and effective use of text. Pay attention to lighting and angles in your photos and avoid common mistakes like overloading your pins with information. I hope these tips help you create pins that not only look great, but also drive traffic and engagement to your website and copy. Don't be afraid to experiment and find what works best for you. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your fellow wedding creatives. And as always, you can pin that. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Unapologetic Pinner. I hope you found some valuable insights to refresh your Pinterest approach. If you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Your feedback helps shape future episodes for future listeners. For more tips, follow me on Instagram at The Unapologetic Pinner and check out my weekly newsletter for trending Pinterest searches. And as always, you can pin that.